Football Manager 2023 was officially announced yesterday by the drop of the trailer. Super exciting stuff. It kicks off one of the best times of the year. Waiting for feature releases, you turn on notifications for tweets from the Football Manager account or from creator Miles Jacobson. You wait patiently and beg for the release of the beta a couple weeks before the game comes out, and it feels like Christmas all over again when it does. At least that's what it used to feel like. This is a video I've thought about making for a little while now, and I've decided after watching the trailer and feeling the way that I feel, it is probably about as good a time as any to make it. I think I am breaking up with Football Manager. And that's what it feels like. It feels like ending a relationship in a weird way. It has been a constant in my life for the best part of a decade plus, and it just isn't clicking anymore. The fire's not there. There's not the excitement, the buzz around this time of year where the new game starts getting rolled out and you just can't wait to see what's going on. And in true relationship cliche style, it really isn't Football Manager's fault. It's mine. To give some context to the longevity of the relationship, here's a quick look at my Steam profile. As you can see, every edition from 2012 has been bought and installed on this device and has been played and adored. Starting here in 2009 with 170 hours of playtime, moving through, ranging from there up until 2020, which I believe was my highest at 609.8 hours. But moving on to 2022, only 86.7 hours of playtime. Now that doesn't make me, some kind of massive monster player who puts in thousands of hours every single edition. It doesn't make me the most casual of casual players who maybe plays a couple hundred hours a year just on and off whenever they get the chance. I put myself firmly in that middle ground of player that just above casual, plays it enough to consider it one of their favorite games and the games they can't put down, but not enough that, they're going to play it and play it and play it no matter what because they love it so much. And I think that might be part of the problem, part of the reason why I've now reached this impasse, this part of my relationship with Football Manager. I'm at that point where, yes, I don't love it enough to just keep playing and playing and playing, and where I feel like I've kind of seen and done all there is to see and do. It's like any game. When you play a game and you play it enough and you get to the point where you've kind of completed it or you've just seen and done everything in it enough, if it's an online game, you played enough rounds of it, whatever, and you're done. You put it away, you put it to the side. And that's what it feels like with Football Manager. Genuinely, the fundamental concept of this game really has never changed, right? It is about being the manager of a football team. That is fundamentally what it's about. The ins and outs, the start and end goal has never changed. And neither it should, by the way. That is the point. That is what draws so many people to it. That's why it resonates so much with so many fans of the sport, because it's something that we, as fans sitting on our couch or sitting in the stadium, feel like we can do better. And this game gives us the opportunity to do that, to prove that. But I feel like in my eyes, the game has hit a point where it's not going to change in such a dramatic way where it feels like it's that much different to its prior versions. Yes, it can look different, there can be new bells and whistles, new skins, whatever, but it's going to be the same game. And it's not going to just magically change, right? It's a simulation, it's based off real life, that's the point. Unless there's some magical, fundamental, incredible, groundbreaking change in real football, why would the game change? And even when there was, the introduction of VAR, one of the biggest things to happen to football in decades, happened. And all that became in Football Manager was a series of mostly predictable cutscenes in the end. You knew it was going to happen before it happened. You just watched the referee walk over slowly to a monitor on the pitch side, look at it, say whatever it is, and move on. It didn't really change the game. It was just a new little bell and whistle that came with it. Another one of the big introductions to the game in recent years, the data hub. It's on screen right now. A mass array of data. Stuff that, was probably there somewhere, but it's now all in one place. You can use this. There's information coming out of your butthole if you really wanted to. Overviews, team stuff. You can have a lot more panels than this. This is just what I had on this save players. Each individual match, your next opponent, tailor your style to the opponent you're about to play. It was all right there for you. And yet, if you didn't know this was there, if you ignored the data hub entirely, your main fundamental experience of the game didn't really change. And then in the trailer that dropped yesterday for this year's game, one of the big points taken out of it was the introduction of UEFA licensing. Instead of the European whatever it was for the Champions League, I forget because I mod it every year, and that's what we're coming to in a minute. But the Euro Cup and the Euro Cup 2 is now going to be the UEFA Champions League, the UEFA Europa League. All that stuff is included in the game. but it's just names. I'm sure that's not a big headline thing. It's a cool thing, and I'm not judging the new game based on a 1 minute long trailer. That would be ridiculous. But that seems like about as big a deal as you can get with a game where things can't really, again, be massively overhauled. Even if they were to do something with the match engine, the graphics, the way the game plays, the way it looks, yes, your tactics have to be different and your brain has to think differently. But even then, like they said, oh look, this is now different, this has changed, this is, new, whatever. And it seems like a lot of the same stuff for a lot of recent years has kept working. And maybe that's because that's how football works, and those are the tactics that seem to work in real life, so why wouldn't they work in the game? But it just means that you lose a little bit of that urge to keep going back when you kind of know the answer. It's really hard to try and force yourself to come up with a different answer when you know a really good one already. So can Football Manager change? Can it make that difference? Can it do something to draw what I think is a section of the player base, I don't think it's just me, back into it? I don't know if it can. I don't think it should. Honestly, I don't, because I think it achieves exactly what it says it's going to do, and it does it really, really well. I think this is just a part of being a fan of this game, of liking this game, that I haven't come across before. And that's the part where you get a little bit of, not fatigue, but you're just tired of it. There's nothing new, there's nothing to draw you back in. I think taking some time away from it, as this past year was, and probably into 2023, I have no intentions to pre-order the new game right now. It might just be the kind of thing where, hey, you drop back in a few months' time, and you pick up a save, and it feels like you never left. Maybe we need to go on a break in this relationship. We need to step aside and say, hey, actually, I need to see other people. I need to see other games right now. And then when it's time, we'll come back together and be one again. So I don't know. This whole video was kind of just a tangent, a whole thing. It's been on my brain. I need to get it out of my brain. I figured I'd get it out of my brain on camera to see if anybody else feels the same way. Do let me know down in the comments if you do have similar feelings to this. If you think what I'm saying is absolute poop, please put it down there as well. I'm intrigued to know what the thoughts are heading into the new game, the new cycle. Are you going to be playing it? Are you going to be taking a break? Where are you at? And if you liked this video, whether you agreed with it or not, please hit that like button. It does mean a lot. Subscribe as well. There will still be occasional Football Manager content on the channel. There was a video last week on Football Manager. Check that out. There just probably won't be me sitting here playing season after season after season, because I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. So like I say, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will hopefully see you here again very soon. Goodbye.